Let's go to the Democrats. Here's the latest national poll. Hillary Clinton's at 42%, Barack Obama 26%, John Edwards 16%, Iowa, New Hampshire a little closer than that in some of the surveys. The big news of the last few weeks, Bill Clinton reemerging on the campaign trail. Here he was in Iowa last week.
I know some people sort of say, well, you know, look at them, they're old. And they're sort of yesterday's news, you know. Well, yesterday's news was pretty good.
Yesterday's news was pretty good. Here they are campaigning in New Hampshire again just this week, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. And it's led to these kind of covers. Here's the cover with The Bill Factor and Hillary's Dilemma. That's Newsweek and The Week, which reminded me of 1992. We saw this color, The Hillary Factor. What role did she play in that particular race? Which led to this comments by Barack Obama. Bill Clinton crowed that Hillary Clinton had emerged from his shadow as a new leader for America, but Barack and Michelle Obama intimated both the ex-president and former First Lady belong to the past. Quote, it's time to turn the page. Bob Shrum, is that the whole campaign? Yes. We can bring back the great days of the Clintons, or it's time to turn the page?
I think it is. They tried this week to redefine change as nostalgia. To borrow Bob Dole's phrase, they want to build a bridge to the past. And Democratic voters can cross that bridge, look at the 1990s, and vote for Hillary Clinton. It's a strategy born of necessity. They understand that she is the establishment candidate in a change election. There was one other thing that was remarkable, by the way, in these appearances. Bill Clinton giving speeches 5 or 6 minutes long. That hasn't happened since he spoke at Boys State in high school. He really wants to win this thing.
Here's, I think, the Bill Clinton problem. I'll use a Hollywood example. If you're Robert Redford's agent and the producers want him to star in a new movie and they come to you and say, we've got a great co-star, Brad Pitt, you're going, we want Ernest Borgnine. He takes the energy
and
the
Hillary Ernest.
No, I'm using a Hollywood. I figure Democrats Hollywood, a dated Hollywood reference here. No, but it's a problem. He takes up all the energy, and he makes a change election about going backwards, which is death for her, I think. So it's a very hard thing for them to wiggle out of, just like McCain and immigration. Sometimes the rules of gravity are stronger than all your clever campaign strategies. But for all the advantages of Clinton, ultimately, it shrinks her, it makes her less, and it focuses the campaign backward in a forward year. I think it's a terrific problem. And the one, real quickly, the one metric I'm watching, internet fundraising. Because that's where money is reaching out trying to find candidates rather than arms being twisted the old way to bring money in. And that's where Obama is killing. It is a metric of real political strength for him.
Bob Novak, there also seems to be a rather subtle message, subliminal, nonetheless real, in the Barack Obama message, and that is it's time to turn the page. 28 years of two families controlling the presidency.
Absolutely. That is something that everybody talks about. And, you know, talk about nostalgia. It's hard for a lot of people to believe this, but there's not that much nostalgia for Bill Clinton. I just find people who aren't Democratic professional politicians who are, you know, sorry they've had 8 years of Republicans, they don't really yearn for Bill Clinton.
But he does. He's very popular in all the polls.
A lot of people don't want him back, though, for a third term. And I think it's very dangerous to call this the third term of Bill Clinton. There's one other thing. The morale of the Republicans.
Who's done that? Who's called it the third term?
Me.
And it's dangerous, and that's why it's wrong.
Nice try, Novak. Consider the source.
The Republicans are very pessimistic about 2008. When you talk to them off the record, they don't see how they can win this thing. And then they think for a minute, and only the Democratic Party, with everything in their favor, would say that, okay, this is the year either to have a woman or an African-American to break precedent, to do things the country's never done before, and it gives the Republicans hope.
You know, I have a different take. I don't think the Bill Clinton thing is that big a deal at this time. I think if you look at these two frontrunners, and you look at over the last 6 months, Tim, they both have probably exceeded expectations. Go back to January 15th. If you said 6 months from now, Hillary Clinton will have minimized her Iraq problem, she will have raised over $50 million, she would have done better than probably anyone in the joint forums, she would be cleaning up with political endorsements, you'd say it's all over, she's won. But if you look at Obama and say a neophyte who has made almost no big mistakes, as Mike Murphy said, is raising money like no one in the history of American politics. You can come back to it. He's still got all the energy, all the buzz in the party. You'd say he's won this.